Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you step-by-step how to start an interior design blog. What we are going to cover today is what is an interior design blog with some examples. I'm going to show you how to pick a niche and niche down. After that, I'm going to cover what web hosting is and why you need it. Next, we are going to install WordPress on our web hosting platform. We are going to install both a free and premium WordPress theme. After that, we are going to make some changes to our website so that we can start getting traffic. And then I'm going to answer 3 big questions that you have about your blog. After that, we're going to look at different ways to make money, and then why you need to share your content on social media, and then about how many blog posts you need to write to determine if your website is a success or failure. Be sure to check out the first 3 links in the description, as I will be referring to these 3 links throughout this video. First and foremost, what is an interior design blog? An interior design blog is simply a blog where you create content to answer questions about interior home design. This could be questions about the kitchen, living room, indoor pool, anything regarding interior design. You're going to answer those questions. And to help illustrate that point, I'm going to hop on over to this blog right here, cocokelly.com. And as you can see, they are creating content about a kitchen remodel. That's included in interior design, helping you pick color schemes and color palettes, actually dishware, everything interior that can be designed is what you are going to create content on, simply asking and answering questions. People come to the internet and they have questions about everything. In this case, they have questions about interior design, and you're going to answer those questions. So what I recommend that you do in the very beginning, because your website doesn't really have much domain authority, is you are simply going to pick a niche within interior design and you're going to create content. For example, maybe focus on the kitchen or focus on the bathroom, or pick one of those niches of inside the home and simply do a little bit of research and figure out exactly what your customers want to know. One way that you can do this, and to help you go a little bit faster, is to reverse engineer what is already working. For example, we can take the domain name cocokelly.com and I'm going to put it in a keyword research tool, and I'm going to look and see what they're ranking for. As you can see, in addition to ranking for their name, they also rank for a bookcase. They also rank for checkered floor, and you could potentially create content on these areas as well. One way to find keywords that have low difficulty and low competition is to change the keyword difficulty to 5 or less. Now, the keyword difficulty score is a sliding scale from 0 to 100, and if it's closer to 0, it means it's going to be relatively easy. For example, when we changed it to 5 or less, long, low bookcase, checkered floor, these are all keywords that you could create content on and potentially start ranking. And so this is a good way to figure out your niche and niche down. So if we jump back over to our slide deck here, we have to discuss what interior design is. We picked a niche and we've niched down. The next thing that you want to get is web hosting. You need web hosting for your website to be seen on the internet. What you're going to do is you're going to click that first link in the description and work with a web hosting company that will host your website for a monthly fee. When you click that first link in the description, you will actually get a free domain name for the first year. Now, a domain name is simply the name that your customers will refer to your website by. For example, cocokelly.com is the domain name, and you are going to get a domain name for free for the first year. In fact, what we're going to do right now is I'm going to walk you through the steps of setting up your WordPress website step by step. When you click that link, you'll be taken to this website where you'll go ahead and click Get Started. What I recommend is to click the first one on the far left, the basic plan, if you're just getting started with a website. As you can see, there are a number of options, but click that, click Select, and then move on. Here you're going to create a domain name. If you have one in mind, you can type it in here like you see that I do. What I recommend is try and find a domain name that's going to be related to your niche. Now, what I do is I type in a domain name that I know is already taken. When it's taken, you're going to get this error. What you can then do is go back and try different domains. Now, make sure, again, you want to pick one that's related to your niche. Click Next, and then you're going to see a green box that says that it's approved. The next step is simply to go through and enter in your contact information. Make sure that when you scroll down here, make sure that you leave all of the settings on. But again, enter in your contact information. The settings right here where it says domain privacy, leave all of this checked. If you don't leave it checked, you're going to get people reaching out to you, spamming you, emailing you, trying to get you to sign up for web hosting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sign up and then jump back to you once I sign on and move to the next step. All right, so I've signed up and I'm going to go ahead and set up my website initially. Just create a simple username and password, make sure it meets the requirements there. and then move on. Make sure that you write it down too. Write it down in a safe spot so that you have it and you remember it, because it can be a pain to go ahead and get everything back. You're gonna have to enter in like some vital information, but just make sure that you write it down. It's really easy and really simple. Now, one thing that I do want to note is that this part is not sped up at all. This is actual real time, and you can see that you'll go from absolutely nothing to a complete website in less than probably 10 minutes. And once you click submit, you're going to move on to the next step where you get to log in. Here is where you're actually going to start creating your WordPress website. Now, the great thing is Bluehost really does everything for you, and it's really simple. So again, I'm not speeding this up at all, and I want you to see what it really takes to create a website. Bluehost is going to do a little bit of work in the background for you, and we're just going to actually click on skip this step. This one, first one I clicked on start a blog, but for the next step, just click skip, because we know what we're doing, and I'm actually going to tell you what to do so that we can get up and running. Click get started right here on the left hand side, and then move on. Just click skip here and click skip here. And then just pick the first one on the far left. Make sure that you're picking a free theme, because they'll charge you. They have both free and premium themes, which I'll talk about in just a moment. So right now, it's actually creating your WordPress website. In just a few moments, you're going to click on log in to WordPress on the right-hand side there. You'll see it in just a second. And then we can actually start looking at some basic configurations. All right, so we click log in, and now we actually have a WordPress website. What may need to happen is you may need to click refresh a few times to get it to work, but now we have our website, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to log in and delete a few plugins, because right now it has the coming soon. And so if someone tried to get to your website at this moment, it's going to say coming soon to them, even though we can see it. This is what your WordPress website looks like, but for everyone else outside of your network, it's going to say coming soon. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to plugins eventually, and we're going to delete some of the plugins that we don't need. Now, I talk a little bit about plugins later on, but plugins add additional features and functionality. We are going to deactivate the Bluehost as well as the other plugins that are already activated, and then we can go through and make the necessary changes, which I'll cover in just a moment. So we're going to deactivate them and then delete them. Now, you want to make sure that you only have the plugins that you're using on your website. The more plugins you have, the slower your website's going to respond and function, and you're going to lose out on ranking. So make sure you have a lean setup, very few plugins, and then move on. As you can see right now, I'm just simply deleting some stuff that you don't need. If you want to, you could keep them, but obviously if you're just getting started, you don't need this other stuff. What's more important is the themes that we're going to talk about in just a moment, as well as getting writing. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete those, deactivate them. And then we're actually going to start moving on to settings, which you see right here. All right, so let's go ahead and make some changes that we absolutely have to make so that you can start getting traffic. The first thing that you want to do is you want to change your site title. Your site title is going to be the title of your website. You can make this basically your domain name. For example, my domain name is Web Hosting Rewind, and you can see that's my site title. And then the tagline is basically what your website's all about in a very succinct manner. As you can see here, mine says, get the latest news and info on all things web hosting. What you want to do is make sure that yours is relevant to your niche. For example, if you are creating content about makeup, you can say, come here for the latest tips and tricks for all things makeup. Next, you want to make sure that your WordPress address is HTTPS and not HTTP. Make sure your site address is HTTPS as well. And then the administration email should automatically be set. Uncheck the membership so that anyone can register. Make sure that this is unchecked. If we scroll down here, you want to change your time zone to your time zone. There are all sorts of them here. Next, you want to make sure that you have your date format set to the way you want, and then go ahead and click save. If we go down to writing, there isn't anything in writing that we need to change. After that, we're going to go to reading. In reading, very important, you want to make sure that your homepage displays to your latest post. That's the first thing. And the second one is you want to make sure that your search engine visibility is unchecked. Do not check this. Discourage search engines from indexing this site. You do not want this, because if this is checked, people aren't going to be able to find your website, and everything that we do after this is going to be a waste. So go ahead and click save. This should be unchecked. Next, if we go down to discussion, there really isn't anything that we need to change here. Media, we can leave this as is, and then permalinks is going to be really important. Right now, your permalinks are set to plain. You want to change it to post name. This is done for search engine optimization. What's going to happen is when we create a new blog post, we are going to make it so that it's search engine optimized. We're going to use the keyword in our title, and that keyword is going to show up right here as well. And this is called search engine optimization. Make sure that it's set to post name, and then go ahead and click save. And really, that's everything that you need to do to make sure that you start getting traffic. All right, now that we've gotten set up with our WordPress website, so now that we've gotten set up with Bluehost, we installed a WordPress website. We've installed a free theme. I'm going to show you how to install a premium theme in just a second. We've made some changes to your website so that you can actually start getting traffic. Now, what I recommend that you do is go back and install a premium theme. Right now, you have a free theme that is basic. It has no features and no functionality. If we take a look at our example website here, this is a premium WordPress theme. You see how it looks more inviting. It looks like it is congruent, and it looks like something that if you are talking about interior design, that it actually makes sense. So what you can do is you can actually get a premium WordPress theme yourself by clicking the second link in the description. And when you click that second link, it's going to take you to this website. And what you can do is you can simply type in your niche here. So we type in interior design and hit enter. And you are going to see different WordPress themes that are in line or congruent with your target audience and your niche. So as you can see here, this first one looks pretty good. What I recommend that you do is spend some time, go through and find a WordPress theme that you like the look and feel of. What you're going to do is you're simply going to click on this cart button, and you are going to add it to your cart. You're going to check out and pay for this theme. Once you buy the theme, you are going to download a zip file to your computer. Once you get that zip file, you're going to unpack that zip file, and there's going to be a second zip file. You're going to take that second zip file and you are going to install it into your WordPress back office. And to do that, we are simply going to go to Appearance, click on Themes. When we click on Themes, we're going to click on Add New, and then we are going to click on Upload Theme. When we click on Upload Theme, you can either drag and drop your second zip file right here, or you can click Choose File and find it manually. The next step is to click on Install Now and then activate it. Now that you have a updated WordPress theme, the next step that you want to do is to start writing. Now, the 3 questions that I get all the time when it comes to starting a WordPress website is, how long should my blog post be? How do I start writing? And how many blog posts should I write? And let's go ahead and take care of the first 2 right now. So what we're going to do to start writing is we're going to go back to our WordPress website. We're going to click on Posts, and then we are going to click on Add New. Next, we are going to take a keyword that we found in the earlier step, for example, checkered floor. We're going to copy this, and we are going to paste it as the title of our blog post. And the reason why we're doing this is so that we can get discovered via search. We are creating content that is search engine optimized or SEO optimized. And so what we're going to do is the first part of our title is going to be SEO. The second one is going to be a little clickbaity so that your customers click and read. So we could say checkered floor, everything you need to know. And this is designed to get our customers to click. And then the next question, as I mentioned, 2 questions that I get all the time: how long should my blog post be, and how do I start writing? To determine how long your blog post should be, it really depends on a few factors. It depends on the keyword, it depends on your competitors, and it depends on how long it takes you to answer the question. Your blog post should only be as long as it needs to be to answer the question. And one way to figure out the length of your blog post is to take a look at your competitors and see about how long their blog posts are when they write. For example, I typed in checkered floor. If I take a look, we'll click accept. If I take a look and I just go through, and I would assume that this blog post is about probably 1,500 words. So if we right click here, we go word counter. This is 667 words. So you'd want to write at least a 1,000 word blog post just because you want to make sure that you're answering the question and solving the problem. What I recommend that you do too is skim this blog post and see if there is anything that this article left out. You can definitely add that to your blog post, and that will help you rank as well. To get writing, you are going to take 10 minutes and do a brainstorming session. In that brainstorming session, we are going to type in who, what, when, where, why, and how. We are going to use these writing prompts to help us come up with ideas and topics for our blog post. For example, we're going to say, what is a checkered floor made of? Or we could say, who invented the checkered floor pattern, or something along those lines. So we could say, who designed the checkered floor pattern. Now, when you are writing in the very beginning and you're brainstorming, it's more important that you get your idea out on paper and instead of getting the word spelled correctly. Because the longer you spend spelling the words correctly, the less ideas you're going to be able to come up with. So just write down ideas, get them down on paper, and then you can move on to the next idea. So you might want to say something like, who invented the first checkered floor? So once you go through 10 minutes and you write down some bullet points, you are simply going to keep the ones that make sense and delete the ones that do not make sense. For example, we could get rid of this first one here, delete that, and the ones that you keep, you're going to turn those into H2s. And then after that, you are simply just going to answer the question, who invented? So again, you're going to spell these words correctly. What you do is you'd hit enter here and you could say the first checkered floor was invented by Steve Steverson, for example. What you're going to do is you're just going to go through and write and answer the question. And then once you're done, you're going to go ahead and click publish. When you click publish, your blog post is going to be alive for the world to read and react to. All right, so let's jump back over to our blog post. And now we need to talk about some ways to make money. There are a number of ways to make money with your website. Let's go ahead and talk about a few of them. The first thing that you could do is simply just place ads right on your website. It doesn't look like this website's doing it, but what you can do is you can run ads right on your website and get paid for it. One of the largest ad networks out there is called Google AdSense. The great thing with Google AdSense is you can get started for free and they'll actually place ads on your website automatically. The only drawback to Google AdSense is they do not pay very much when it comes to payouts. And so what you can do is once you start getting significant traffic, 5,000 page views per month, you can move on to premium ad networks and make even more money. Another way that you can make money is simply with affiliate marketing. And with affiliate marketing, you are recommending or selling other people's products and services. The way that affiliate marketing works is you will find affiliate programs that are congruent with your target audience and your niche. You'll get your affiliate links from that affiliate program. You'll put them in your blog and you'll make money. Now, there are a number of affiliate programs out there, everything from Wayfair and Walmart and Target, where you can get your affiliate links and place them right in there. Now, if you want to learn more about affiliate marketing, if you click that third link in the description, there is a free course where you can learn affiliate marketing step by step. After that, you can actually make money selling your own physical and digital products. If we take a look at CocoKelly.com, they're actually selling their own physical and digital products as well. Now you can do that. That is outside the scope of this video, but that is another opportunity as well. If we jump back over to our slide deck here, the next step is to share your content on social media. In the very beginning, you want to share your content on social media because you aren't going to get a lot of traffic from Google. Google is still testing your content to the content that's already out in the market, and they want to make sure that you are providing value and adding new information so that people have a new and better experience. So to get up and running, go ahead and promote your content on relevant social media platforms. For example, you could find an interior design Reddit subreddit, Facebook groups, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, anywhere where your customers are, you want to share it there. Now, you don't want to share your content on places where nobody cares about interior design. For example, if you joined an MBA Facebook group and you post your links there about interior design, nobody's going to care, no one's going to click, and no one's going to buy. After that, the final question that we have today is about how many blog posts should you write before you decide to throw in the towel? In my opinion, you should write at least 50 blog posts before deciding to keep going. The reason why 50 is a good number is because you are building domain authority. You're going to have 50 pieces of content where there are keywords that you could potentially rank for, and you're going to be a better writer. The more opportunity you have to write, the better it is, and the better, the higher quality your writing submission will be. So I think 50, if you write every day for 50 days or every other day for 100 days, that is a very, very good goal to set. And then the final thing that I want you to check out are the 3 links in the description. The first link is to web hosting. The second link is to a premium WordPress theme. And the third one is to a free affiliate marketing course. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified when I upload my next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.